to stay down. If you lay dead, even the animals won't bite you. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? The risk of being bitten is the cost of getting up. And you have to decide, are you so concerned about being bitten that you're willing to spend the rest of your life laying dead? Or is there something pumping down inside of you that says, bite me or not, I'm getting up. I'm going to do all I can do, even if it risks you hating me. I'm going for it. Isn't it amazing how your life, when you finally pray that you finally get the opportunity you've been waiting all your life to get, if you reach out to take it, there's a threat. You pray, Lord, I want this career opportunity. I want this door open. And oh God, if you could just give me this position and it will be perfect and everything will be wonderful. But you didn't know that some in your family was going to go crazy when it did. You could mess up everything at the house. And so you're standing there like this. Anytime God answers your prayer, there are always opposing factors that make success not taste successful. This is very important. The people around you have everything in the world to do with the decisions you make, because they get in your ear, and if they are wrong, they don't die, you die. You got to make it happen, or it's not going to happen. You got to get up off your hind part and bust a move, or nothing is going to happen in your life. See, you talk too much about your success. You need to shut it down. Your mouth is too big for where you're trying to go. But because you announce everything to everybody, you further jeopardize the opportunity that the Lord is affording you.
I talked to a man growing up. His father was very hard on him, told him that he was never going to amount to anything. Now this man is in his 40s, working night and day, trying to prove to his father that he was wrong. His father still doesn't acknowledge his success. I told him, you don't have to convince him that you're good enough. You're trying to impress someone that's never going to be impressed. Your job is not to change people's mind. Your job is to run your race. Too often, we're trying to get our worth out of what we do. Am I a good enough mother? Strong enough? Successful enough? We think if we work harder, outdress our friend, then we'll feel good about ourselves. We live in this proving mode. The problem is we're getting our value from the wrong place. But when you're secure in who God made you to be, you're content with your looks, you're happy with your personality, then you don't go around competing with others, living to impress that cousin that's more attractive. You know you're one of a kind. When you know who you are, you won't live in this proving mode, getting your value out of what they think. Do they compliment me? If not, let me work harder. Let me prove to them that I'm good enough. Them validating you is not going to move you toward your destiny. Take the pressure off. Your destiny is not contingent on them liking you. It's a distraction. They may be more talented. Celebrate them. You don't have to prove to them that you're talented too. You have gifts that they don't have. Anytime we're trying to prove something, the root cause is insecurity. There will always be a voice saying, you don't measure up. You need to be stronger, wealthier, more talented. It's very freeing when you understand you have nothing to prove. Walk in your anointing. You don't have to keep up with other people. Am I as talented as my coworker? Am I as successful as my cousin? Then you'll live in a proving mode, trying to impress. That's a never-ending cycle. You're not competing with them, you're competing with yourself. Be the best you that you can be. You can feel good about who you are right now. You are in a class all by yourself. Who said you don't look good? Who said you needed to be taller, more creative? Don't believe those lies. Quit competing and run your race. We weren't created to live in this proving mode. Not feeling good about yourself unless you're achieving, outperforming. You may impress people. They compliment you. Praise from people just feeds our ego. We should live to impress God. Proving to your friend that you're talented may make you feel good, but they don't open doors. Instead of impressing people, we should spend our time impressing God. You have to get your value from who you are and not what you do. Look at the car I drive. Look at the business I've built. That's all good, but it's superficial. If it changes, then your self-worth will change. I was riding to a friend's house. He had this very nice sports car, really beautiful. I noticed we drove the long way. I asked why he didn't go the easy way. He said, my ex-girlfriend lives on this street to make sure she sees what she's missed out on. He was going out of his way to prove what she was missing out. Prove that he was happy without her. What's funny is he found out later that she had moved across town a couple of years earlier. I wonder how many times we're trying to prove something and the person is not even paying attention. Competing with someone that doesn't even know we're competing. When we're trying to prove to people, to feed our ego, to show them how great we are, that's a dead-end street. Who are you trying to impress? How much energy are you spending trying to feel good enough, smart enough, worthy enough? Come out from under that pressure. You have nothing to prove. What people think about you doesn't determine your destiny. Your income may increase, but your value is not going to increase. Thinking that's going to give you more worth. Run your race. Stay focused on what you're called to do. Don't live for people's applause. Live for God's applause. And sure, you may have areas you need to improve in, but that doesn't change your value. When you understand, if God is pleased with you, it doesn't really matter what other people think about you. They may try to discredit you. Big deal. They didn't breathe life into you. They didn't call you, anoint you. Why are you spending time and energy trying to impress that neighbor? Prove to that coworker that you are talented. They don't control your destiny. They can't stop what God has purposed for your life. Get your eyes off of people.
Younger person where you're really able to help them if you want to later in life.
See, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying,
Fire in the tank. Don't even try, guys. You're wasting your time because you never make it across the finish line. And then what's going to happen is you're going to feel like a failure for it. Another failure on the bad list, you know?
You can pray all day, but if you don't plant the seeds, there's no harvest. So listen to me. You got to do something about you. This isn't all rah-rah and hype and bubblegum and dreams and rainbows. You got to fix it and start doing something about you. Because listen to me. Winners win and losers lose. If you got a culture in your life right now, it's okay. Some of you say to me, you don't know how messed up my life is, man. It's a mess. Listen to me. Your mess does not disqualify you from making your dream come true. You're supposed to do something great with your life. But you need to build a culture of winning in your life, where you keep the promises you make to yourself, and you get small win after small win after small win. Or you build a culture in your life of blaming other people. You're either going to be a victim or a victor, not both. Money, cars, houses, that's motivation. You play someone's motives. But if you inspire, the root of inspire is in spirit. Be inspirational, not motivational. We run away from the things that make us feel. You will be punished for being comfortable almost all of your life. You'll be punished for doing that. You'll be rewarded for chasing uncomfortable, uncertain things. In fact, the quality of your life most of the time is going to be made up by how much uncertainty you can deal with at any given time. So let me say something to you. Why do most people not win there? I honestly believe that you get out of life what you believe you deserve. 5 years from now, you're going to get out of this life exactly what you believe you deserve to get. And that is also true of now. You're going to drop this idea that you can't. You're going to stop worrying about what everybody thinks about you. Because listen to me, if you spend your life worrying about what everybody thinks about you, only thing guaranteed, nobody will think about you after you're dead. You got to rise higher. You got to want to excel. You got to go for it. You got to have some belief. The reason people don't win is fear. Fear is the most insidious, terrible disease in mankind. In fact, I believe it causes most other diseases. It pushes you further away from your dream, further away from God. It ages you. It worries you. It creates despair in your life. See, if you continue to get into your fears, you're going to continue to live an average, ordinary life, and you weren't born for that.
So as you begin to look at this decade and affirming that this is your decade, as you set goals that will make you stretch, that will bring out the best in you, as you begin to remove the negative, toxic people from your life, as you decide to take some chances in life, if you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you cannot be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there?